Hello, everyone, and welcome to Healing from Toxic. Today, I want to talk about one of the weapons that narcs use against you. One of the many, but a very important one. A lot of you may already know this, but for those of you who don't, this weapon is your self doubt. Your self doubt is a big weapon to the narc. Why? Because as long as you don't believe in yourself, as long as you don't trust your gut, as long as you don't trust your own feelings, as long as you don't listen to that voice in your head, that self doubt is a weapon. They are going to use that very doubt against you to continue to gaslight you, to continue to lie, to continue to run their game. That's how they win. A lot of people come into relationships with a narcissist and they are strong, they are confident, they are people with high self esteem. And once the relationship ends, they're like, but wait a minute. I know that I'm a strong person. I know that I have very high self esteem. I know that I'm an achiever. I know that I'm strong. How did this happen to me? I was in the same predicament. And the answer to that is you could have been very confident. You could have been very strong, but you did not truly know yourself. You did not know yourself to the point where you trusted your instincts, where you trusted your gut, where you trusted and believed in yourself so much where the narcissist could not disrupt that. You didn't. That's what you lacked. You still had self doubt. Your self doubt was prevalent enough, was present enough to where the narcissist was able to come in and mess your head up. So even if you're confident, even if you're strong, if you still have a lot of self doubt, the narcissist is going to use that against you. A lot of you may say, but wait a minute, if you're confident and if you're strong, that means you don't have self-doubt. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You can be strong, you can be confident and still have self-doubt. You can be confident in the things that you have overcome. You can be confident about your career. You can be confident about your abilities. You can be confident about a lot of things, but if you allow a narcissist for long term, especially for those of you who stay long term, to be able to mess with how you how you trust yourself, how you trust what your feelings, your emotions, your gut feeling, if you allow a narc to do that, there is still self-doubt within you. There are still things that are not 100% resolved. There's a level of acceptance that you're looking for. There's a level of void that's still within you. And that's the only way that the narcissist is able to fool you. You will not be fooled by any narcissist if you have absolutely no self-doubt. Not going to happen. And that is why for a lot of us who have left those relationships with narcissists, come to a point where we are 100% sure of who we are, what we're not going to tolerate, what we're looking for, what we want out of life, what we want in our career paths if we didn't already. After you come out of a relationship with a narcissist, if you didn't know yourself, you will find yourself. You will find yourself. You will find your voice. You will be 100% sure of the things that you were lacking and the things that you want. And you will After you're done with a narcissist, after you get out of that relationship, you will know everything about yourself. You will trust your instincts. You will trust your inner voice. You will trust yourself. Because when you began a relationship with a narcissist, if you stayed, you did not trust yourself, you did not trust your instincts, and you really did not know what you wanted out of life. You probably thought you did, but you didn't know what you wanted out of a partner. Because if you stay with a narcissist and they're able to wrap you in their little web of deceit, you really didn't know. You really did not know. A lot of us find what we want out of a partner, what we don't want, either in the midst of a relationship with an narc, when we're in the middle of it, or when we come out of it. Now, looking back, I understand why the person that I dealt with asked me straight up, he straight up asked me, where do you see yourself in 5 years? What do you want out of life? And at that point, I really didn't know. Because at that point, I didn't really know who I was. I thought I did, but I didn't. And I remember being stuck when he asked me that question. One, because those are questions that typically you are asked at a interview when you're going for a job. Those are typically the people who ask you, where do you see yourself in 5 years or 10 years? I never expected for a person that I was romantically involved with to ask me that. But now I understand that he was asking me that because he wanted to have some sort of idea of how well I knew myself. He wanted to get a grasp. He wanted to, with my answer, figure out how well I knew myself. And by the answer that I gave him, which was, I don't really know, I'm still trying to figure it out, he knew this person doesn't know herself yet. This person doesn't know herself. This person doesn't know what she really wants. This person doesn't really know what she really deserves. And that's exactly what it was. And narcs will do that. Had I answered that question differently, had I said, I am going to be my own boss in 5 years, I want this, that, and the third, I'm sure of what I want, he would have then realized she knows exactly who she is. She knows exactly where she's going. She knows exactly what she wants. He probably would have exited. He probably would have ghosted me. He probably would have not even tried had I answered that question differently. I don't know for sure if he would have done that, but I have an inclination to believe that he would have just left it at that. Because narcs, if they know that you know who you are, and if you trust yourself, if you trust your intuition, if you're not going to play those games, they're going to leave you alone. They're not going to waste their time. They're not going to do that. Especially if they're old enough to know that people, they've experienced so many people already. They've tried their games with a lot of people, and they know where they're not going to put that energy in. They're going to walk away from people that they know who they are. Narcs play games with people who still have self-doubt, still struggling with acceptance, are still looking for something on the outside. So I just wanted to share that today because that was something that, although it was difficult for me to come to terms with, because I didn't see myself as a person with self-doubt, but I had self-doubt, and anyone who continues to be in a relationship with a narcissist has some form of void, self-doubt, and issues with acceptance. Narcs love when you doubt yourself. This is why they do the silent treatment. The silent treatment is done with the purpose of punishing you and at the same time make you wonder, make you question yourself, make you ask yourself, what's wrong with me? Why doesn't the narc want to talk to me? Why doesn't the narc want to spend time with me? I must not be interesting. I must not be good looking. I must not be doing something right for the narcissist to ignore me in this way. There must be a problem with me. They want you to internalize their silence. They want you to question yourself because of their silent treatment, their cruel behaviors. Everything that they do is with the objective of you doubting yourself. That is their biggest weapon. Your lack of self-awareness, your lack of trust in yourself is their greatest weapon. Okay? So just know that, understand that it's critical for you to trust your instinct, trust that inner voice all the time. Your gut will never fail you. Okay?